Buenos días, los Estados Unidos. That's right, everybody. It is going down in Sudamerica. Venezuela is fucking burning. The ruckus in Caracas. Man, oh man, oh man. So, the current, I don't know, ruler, dictator, whatever you want to call him, Maduro, I'm going to call him Menudo. So Menudo is being ousted from power by Juan Guaido. I'll just call him Juan. I don't want to butcher his name. So Juan is the one who is taking power from Menudo. Because as we all know, Menudo has driven Venezuela into the ground. They have record inflation. People are setting traps for pigeons in the park to get some protein. They're breaking into the zoo, catching the dingoes and eating them and shit. People can't get basic supplies like milk, diapers, medicine. But this can't be true, right? Because it's a socialist government down there, so everything should be everything. It should be like one of those future societies where they don't have violence and everybody dresses in like linen cloth and everyone loves everyone and everyone has everything they need and deserve, and healthcare is a human right and no borders and it's all good. Wrong. That's not how socialism works. Things are all fucked up down there. People are starving. People are leaving so they don't starve. But what happened? Where's Spicoli? Huh? Dude? Where's Sean Penn? Where's Murtaugh? Danny Glover, where are you, man? You guys were down there hugging and kissing with Hugo Chavez. Oh, Venezuela. Oh, Venezuela. What happened? Bernie Sanders, what happened? He's too busy calling the president a racist. He's too busy backing up a tanker truck full of gasoline and dumping it on the fake fire of racism in America. How come you're not over there telling us how bad it is in Venezuela? How come you're not telling us the truth of Venezuela? You know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say it publicly. I made this up because I've heard no one else say it. I said it on another video. Nobody checked me on it, so I must be the first one to say this. But in order to get to socialism, you must go through capitalism. Venezuela, all these Nordic countries that people throw in your face when they're talking about how good socialism is and how good free everything is. All of these countries were capitalists at one point. Because how else do you get the capital to fund these ridiculous social programs? You must be capitalist first. So you have all this capital, you have all this money, you're bored with everything being so good, so let's fuck it up. It's like a musician, an artist. You know, they've already dominated their genre of music, so let's go fuck with this one. Just like the emaciated Crip Snoop. What was he, a gospel singer, a reggae singer? You got rappers being country singers, you got country singers trying to rap. You got Garth Brooks starting to be Chris Gaines, shit like that. So when you're capitalists, and in some cases they get stupid with their money, and then you get this socialist bullshit. So Juan is taking over. He's gotten the support of America, Colombia, Brazil, Canada, some other countries have all come out saying, we do not recognize Menudo as the president of Venezuela anymore. Their country's in shambles. It's falling apart because of your corrupt socialist regime. So apparently about a month ago or so, Russia sent some bombers over there, you know, to show their support for Venezuela. Russia, the Kremlin came out and said that they don't agree with America and these other countries, that they're backing Venezuela. And also, Menudo said, according to CNBC.com, that the American diplomats have 72 hours to get the hell out of town. to get the fuck out of Dodge. So my only question to you, Menudo, is, then what? Because the White House said, we're not sending anybody anywhere. We don't listen to you. We don't follow your rules. We don't listen to your demands. So what are you going to do, Menudo? You're going to take them hostage? You're going to kill them? What are you going to do? Because if you touch them, if you hurt them, or you take them, you have to deal with us. We're going to send a SEAL team down there to fuck you all the way up. Okay? Then we're going to take you, and we're going to hurt you. We're going to take you to the waterboard resort, where it's waterboarding every day, all day, 24/7. Waterboard, waterboard, waterboard. Little sleep deprivation. You don't want to do that. So leave those American diplomats alone. What are you going to do? Start a war? Man, get your little Fisher-Price army out of here. You want to do that? You want to go toe-to-toe with the big dog? Don't do that to yourself, man. Don't do that. Don't become a stain on the bottom of our military's boot. It's not going to end well for you, man. Take the money and gold bars you got stashed in your, I'm sure, what is a very opulent palace, and get the fuck out of there, man. Bow out. Get out while the getting is good. Because if you start tripping, you start messing with the American diplomats, it's going to be a problem. Russia, is this going to be another Cuban Missile Crisis situation? Because you remember, Russia was back in Cuba, and you see what happened in Cuba. Their newest car is like a 1967 Skylark. Now, after Fidel went to hell where he belongs, things opened up. Things are getting better with Cuba. But you don't want us to put those trade embargoes on you and cut you out from the rest of the world. Now, Venezuela has the largest crude oil reserves on Earth. So we do have a relationship with Venezuela. I wouldn't say we have a need, because recently their oil exports have trickled. Have become a trickle. So I wouldn't say we need them. We certainly don't need them more than they need us. So, one, I think that's great. Somebody needs to step in and fix that country. It never should have got that bad. But one, and he's young, 35 years old, coming in with some fresh ideas, coming in with a stable government and, dare I say, food, medicine. Because under Menudo, things got fucking bad. People eating rotten meat. And when I said that they were catching animals in the zoo and stuff and pigeons in the park, that wasn't a lie. That wasn't hyperbole. That shit was real. Imagine how hungry and how starving you would have to be to break into a zoo and eat an animal, or catch a pigeon in the park, or eat rotten meat. It's that real, and it's happening right now in Venezuela, and shit needs to change. But Trump, hold on. You're in bed with Russia, so how come you're not supporting Menudo? How come you're not supporting the placement of Russian bombers in Venezuela? And what are you going to do with those bombers? You going to send them up here? You going to strike Southern California? Because they said that those bombs have the capability to carry nuclear payloads. And I'm not saying they're going to nuke anything. That's ridiculous. But why do you need warplanes? And just the fact that you have to rent warplanes from another country shows you that you're not ready to fuck with America. That's some real shit. If you do something to our ambassadors, or you put those warplanes in a threatening position, there's going to be a problem. Don't think that we won't go down there and slap the absolute shit out of your makeshift, bootleg, duct tape together military. Now, hopefully, Juan will take power. It'll be a silent coup. But that's not likely, because Menudo is very steadfast in his belief that he is the president, and he does have military backing. But I think the people backing Juan are just a little bit bigger and a little bit more well-funded. But what did you think was going to happen? Socialism is not sustainable. You can't provide everything for everybody. Because guess what? There's a portion of the population that doesn't want to have things provided for them. They want to provide for themselves. And they want everyone else to provide for themselves. Children, elderly, ill, whether physically or mentally, yes, they deserve help. But if you're able-bodied, get out there and work, support yourself. But when the government takes control, because Maduro, he sees control of the oil, he sees control of everything. They don't tell you that part about socialism. Socialism means government has all power. Your entertainment, your information, your clothing, your food, your fuel to warm and cool yourselves all goes through the government. Private companies, that's a thing of the past. It all goes through the government, cradle to grave. Get comfy, open your mouth, and get ready to suck on that distended government tit, because that's what they want. They want the power. Maduro wants the power. And as we see here in America, they're willing to do any and everything to hold on to that shit. So like I said, I hope it's a nice, peaceful, silent coup. Juan takes power. Maduro fades into the background, maybe held accountable for some human rights atrocities. And we close this chapter. But we will see. But Venezuela is burning. And Spicoli, Murtaugh, and Bernie Sanders are nowhere to be found. Because they told us a few years back, Venezuela is the model for the rest of the world. It is the socialist model that we all need to follow. Because what they say, socialism just hasn't been done right yet. That's all. Forget about, over here, look at this hand. Forget about the hundreds of millions of lives lost to socialism. Forget about the hundreds of millions of people murdered by their socialist governments, starved to death by their socialist governments. Don't look at that. Look over here, this new shiny thing, this new 2019 version of socialism. Then you have ignorant ass American politicians like Ocasio-Cortez talking about, don't worry about how much it costs, just focus on the goal. Don't worry about who has to pay. We'll just tax the holy shit out of the rich, and everything will be everything, man. Get out of here with that bullshit. Now, you know how it goes, people. You know where I'm headed? I'm trying to find my spot in this rat race. I try to be done with the left, people, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell. The PayPal link will be in the description box. Follow me on the Twitters. After my suspension, by the way, as you know from my last video, I got suspended from Twitter, but somehow I can't log back into my account. Conspiracy? I don't know. But if and when that happens, please follow me on the Twitters at @green_Jericho. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.